Hello and welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 129, Cheesy Spatchcock.
My office now.
This week's episode, we bring back the quiz.
Or someone's quiz.
JfG Ash continues with Destiny 2. JfG Alex is balls deep in Pez.
Knee deep.
There's some news about Ubisoft being shit again.
Fucked it.
And finally, Alex gets involved in Street Beat.
Woo! Wanna know?
You know this shit.
Hello and welcome to the JfG podcast. This is episode 129. My name is Alex and I'm joined as ever by my very good friend Ash. Hey buddy, how are you?
Hey buddy, yeah, as always, I am good on a Wednesday. Yeah. Sparkling thoughts, they give me the hope to go on. Oh,
Big Lord fan there.
huge Lord fan, 9 out of 15, maybe 12, who knows?
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, mate, it's been a busy week.
Oh yeah, what you been doing?
Been playing a lot of Destiny. Destiny
Is that
2.
That count as being busy?
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, I feel
Some
like
of
I
it could be
do
classified as busy work, but I don't know if you're busy if you're
that.
playing
Idle
Destiny.
thumbs and all, buddy. You
Oh,
know,
Gibbons. Yeah,
Got
that's
to
true.
keep them thumbs biddy. Biddy? Busy.
Biddy thumbs.
Biddy thumbs.
Episode 129, Biddy thumbs.
There we go. Nailed it straight off the bat.
Yeah, we'll see how we go with that one. But yeah,
Yeah,
so you've been
no.
Destinying it up, have you, buddy?
Yeah, obviously. We'll talk about that, obviously, when we talk about what we've been playing, because
Yep.
that's all I've been playing
Well,
Really?
that's...
all the time.
And I wonder how long that will last.
I know, that's what I'm worried about, you know. But, I mean... I can't talk about it yet. Anyway, also, on the Saturday, I went to the football. I went and saw Nottingham Forest play Wolverhampton Wanderers, the Wolves, in their gold, not orange kit, I was told. It's
Yeah, and
gold.
a good start to the season for old Wolves there.
Yeah, they've done well. They won at the weekend, but I was fine with it because I was pretty smashed. Daytime drinking is kind of fun. Ended up having about 6 pints while I was out, and then got back around about 6:30 in the evening, got the kids to bed. 7:30 came downstairs. I was like, I'm so twatted. I'm just absolutely, completely stonkered. I was like, this is amazing. This feels
He's
so weird.
thoroughly bungalowed. That can happen on a
totally
weekend,
cathedraled
buddy.
my castle there, mate.
Yeah, can happen.
Yeah. So, that's me this week. Nothing else to report on.
Fair enough, buddy. That's quite fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, I got Crazy Taxi on the tablet. Listened to The Offspring, which was fun. Enjoyed that.
It's supposed to be a good port, that, actually.
Yeah, it's really good, actually.
Is it decent?
Yeah, it is actually really, really good. They've done a
Yeah.
cracking job. But I was just like, you just don't hear that much punk rock in video games these days.
No, it's
Whereas,
true.
you know,
They used to
it
be.
used to be
It used to be
rife.
like a. Yeah, it was a perfect marriage, wasn't it, between those two things?
It was great.
Yeah.
Salad days. Not now though, buddy. It's all I don't know. I don't
Well,
even know. It's electro stuff.
It correlates somewhat with the lack of extreme sports games.
Wow!
You know,
Don't get me started.
there used to be all manner of extreme sports games, and invariably would have some sort of punk soundtrack. And now there's just not.
There's nothing.
There's just that fucking Ubi game.
Well,
What's it called?
steep.
Steep.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
all we've got, mate, to look forward to. Harsh times. I read an article about Skate 4 this week as well. Because it's like
Hashtag.
10 years, is it, from Skate 3 or so? It's somewhere like that. Like, Skate 3 came out bloody God knows time ago. I'm just going to have a quick Google. Yep. 7
They will
years,
make
sorry,
that game,
7
you know.
years. They won't. They're never
They
going to
will.
make it. They're never. There you go. It was 10 years from the original Skate. That's why they were saying, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they were going through the pros and cons and everything. Like, oh, will they? Won't they? And like, EA have just flat out refused. Like, no, we're not doing. But they still have the IP, so I mean, there's the possibility of them making a new one. But like they, I don't know. A while ago, I spoke about this thing called Project Sessions, I think it was called, which is like, it's a skateboard game that's kind of getting made, but we don't know. Who knows? And I've read places where it's going to come out on consoles, where it's going to come out on PC only, and anything. Anyway, it's meant to be like, you know, the predecessor of Skate, Skate 3, if it ever gets made. But yeah, we'll see. It would be nice, but yeah, no, fucking extreme sports games, mate. Where they at? Yeah,
it's true. Sad, sorry times.
Oh, it is indeed. Oh yeah, so the ranting again about #Skate4 #. So what you been up to, buddy? Anyway, you know, obviously my life's been very busy.
Yeah, as you keep saying, not completely convinced on that, but yeah, absolutely. I've not been that busy, really. Mainly knobbing about the town, buddy, is kind of what I tend to do.
Throwing it about.
Yeah, it seems like every time we come back here on a Wednesday and I've maybe gone and had a meal somewhere and got like mildly pissed up in my town, that seems to be a pattern forming at this point.
It's a winner. That's what that is.
It is a winner. Went out and got some weird shit, buddy. Got some more light clickers for...
You love the light clickers.
We got 3 of them now. I'd like to say...
Have you sellotaped all 3 controllers together in some kind of like mass...
Some sort
orgy.
Of mega troll or
a clicker orgy.
Some sort of clicker zord. No, I haven't. They live in separate rooms.
That makes sense. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to say it has vastly improved my quality of life, buddy.
Yeah.
It's just what's happened there.
Nice.
Also got some Spatchcock.
Oh, I love a good bit of Spatchcock.
Spatchcock, my office.
My office.
Now. Yep, got some nice bit of Spatchcock, buddy. Buying the weird meats. Got a bit of a taste for the weird meats. Mystery meat, not so much.
No.
Weird meats, absolutely.
He's in there. Cat, dog, horse.
Oos.
Spatchcock.
Spatchcock. So I'll keep you posted on what I whip up with that Spatchcock, buddy. It's sitting in the fridge at the moment, and... probably be on the menu tomorrow, I would imagine.
Oh, nice. Spatchcock stew. Spatchcock pie.
Raw spatchcock. Just a delicacy.
Spatchcock on toast.
Spatchcock and beans.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cheesy spatchcock.
Cheesy spatchcock. It's a funny name. Funny name.
I mean, that could also be the name of the podcast right there.
Spatchcock.
No, cheesy spatchcock.
Cheesy spatchcock. Could be, buddy. So yeah, other than that, my folks came to visit at the weekend, buddy, and we went out to Cau, C-A-U, which is
It's not how you spell cow.
No, that's how they spell it, buddy. It's a series of... I think there's 4 or 5 of them in this country. They're Argentinian steakhouses, and it's always a religious experience going there, buddy, because fucking hell, they do a good steak.
They know how to do steak.
They know how to do a whopping great steak, son,
Ooh.
And that is exactly what I put in my mouth, so...
Oh, I wouldn't put anything else in my mouth.
Yeah. So, other than that, I've been watching a lot of sport. There's been loads of football on. Watched the old Grand Prix. Watched Ferrari kill each other, which was funny.
Yeah, that will happen. Very dumb.
And other than that, I've been playing lots of games. A fair bit of gaming with the missus, actually, as well. So,
nice.
That's been quite fun. And I suppose I've got 2 things left to say. Firstly, the topic this week, just to... Obviously, out the gate, we want to keep things as clear as possible for people.
Obviously.
It's this week specifically is video games.
Video games, good.
So we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
And finally, I guess, buddy, what have you been drinking so far this evening, and what will you continue to drink?
I've run out of the JHB, the old John Hudson's bit or whatever it was.
The old GBH,
yeah, a bit of GBH. I miss it already. It's good. I got out of work late because cunty prisoners are cunts, right?
In it.
So I had to get home for the kids because the missus was working as well today, and she was working late. So I didn't get time to go to the shop to get some beers in. I was like, oh shit. Text the missus, go to the shop, get me some beers, please. Obviously, got to put the please on there.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't know what I was going to get, which is always, daunting. I was thinking maybe she'll get me some Knob Gobbler, the old Hobgoblin.
Oh, yeah.
She's a fan of that, of me drinking that.
Nice.
She's come back with Black Sheep Brewery. Fan of Black Sheep Brewery.
Nice. Yep.
And it's the Golden Sheep Ale tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a refreshingly golden beer with a clean and wickedly Moorish finish.
Moorish, like heroin.
Just like heroin, buddy. I feel like they just put a little bit in there for you.
Little dab of heroin makes the best beers. Yeah.
It's a known fact. That's what makes it a 5-hopper.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm drinking. What about you, buddy? Have you gone away from the beer stash? Have you purchased some beers? No, still
I'm on the dregs, the real dregs.
Oh, God.
Honestly.
Worse. Okay.
This particular lager is brewed in Burton-on-Trent, buddy, Great Britain.
It's just like a quiz for me.
It's an original lager.
Yeah, original lager. Yeah, okay. What percentage are we going for?
It's a 4% lager.
Okay.
4%.
Well, it wouldn't be on my top 10.
Contains barley and wheat.
As do most beers,
yeah,
I would say.
Please drink responsibly.
I
Cans made of metal.
Metal can, got it.
Founded in 1840.
Oh, I mean, you've narrowed it down. I know what it is because I can see it in your hand.
It's the real dregs of the stash, buddy.
Oh, mate,
I have 4 cans of Carling.
Salad days, buddy.
I haven't had Carling for a very long time because fucking why would I? Why would anyone, buddy? But nevertheless.
I miss the days of drinking absolute bollocks. Like, I remember being like 16, 17 or whatever and going up to like, my mate used to live just down the road from Tesco and we used to go up there and blag like a whole crate of 4X. I was like, yeah, fucking 24 cans of 4X, buddy. Let's get fucking smashed. Oh, dear.
Yeah, I don't remember when I bought these, but
are they in date?
They are in date. Yeah,
that's all right.
They're not that old, fine. But I do remember that they were on offer for 4 500ml cans for £3.50.
I mean, that's a steal.
You can't argue with that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes you just see it and you're like, "Hey, that's a bargain. I'm buying it."
I saved that for a rainy day, perhaps a rainy Wednesday evening. Buddy.
Is it raining?
It is here, yes.
Because you're crying because you're drinking Carling.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just like absolutely drenched in the tears of the disgusting nature of this abomination. But here we are.
Oh, cool, buddy. Well, I think that's enough waffling on. I mean, I haven't started off well from what I've been saying. Hopefully, the next section where I talk about Destiny for an hour will be better.
People will love that. I'm sure they loved it last week. They certainly will this week.
Yeah.
I think it's time to go and talk about what we've been playing. So do you want to get the ball rolling here, buddy?
No, because I haven't played anything apart from what we've played together. So you should probably get the ball rolling. I mean, I played Crazy Taxi on Tablet.
There you go. Yeah.
It was glorious.
I loved that game.
Yeah, mate. It's a great game.
The Dreamcast was such a wonderful console.
Great console.
And
how old is that? Like 19 years now? 17, 20
I think
years?
Its anniversary just came up, actually.
Yeah, I know, right? There we go. Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Right to the tip.
99 that came out.
There you go. 18 years.
Yeah.
That's over more than half. I don't know. Numbers confuse me. I'm getting old, buddy. I just don't understand them anymore.
That's what makes me feel old is...
I forget how old I am on a daily basis. I'm 30 something. I think 1, 2. I don't know. I'm 32. There you go.
To put it this way, buddy, since the launch of the Dreamcast,
yeah,
we've been alive longer since the launch than we were before.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That is, it. That's it.
Yeah.
We're old.
More years have passed in our lives since the Dreamcast than before
it was made. Well, not obviously before it was made, since like the dawn of time. Then we'd be well old then.
We'd be really, really, doing well, frankly.
I mean, if we were still alive after that, who knows? Godlike, I would say.
Yep, absolutely.
Should we get back to video games?
Yeah. I'll tell you what I've been playing, buddy. Cool. I've been playing the show 17.
Still.
Same mode, road to the show. Top in the American League batting average at the moment, buddy.
He's still the top rookie or whatever they're saying.
Yeah, but they've actually started calling me the top American League hitter now.
Oh, he's made it.
Because I'm so far clear of Mike Trout, it's unreal. So I haven't got the most hits, but and I don't hit that many home runs.
Yeah,
but no, I haven't got that as many RBIs as everyone else, but I do. I just get on base all the fucking time. My average is high.
Base. It's all about.
I'm hitting like 375 in the major leagues.
That's good, mate. 375.
That's high.
That is high.
If you know what that means. And if you don't, I'm not going to tell you. So, still playing that, buddy. That game is incredibly addictive. And I go through spates of playing it and doing really well and spates of doing really badly.
Yeah, I find that as well. Like with NHL. Like sometimes I'll load it up and I'll just be absolute fucking dog shit. But then other times, this guy is on fire.
Yeah, it's like a precision thing with the hitting, and I find the more agitated I get, like the more I miss the ball, the more I miss the fucking ball. Like if I get annoyed that I'm not making contact, and I go like, right, next game I'm gonna fucking like club it, then I'll get no hits in that either.
You just do terribly. It's
relax, buddy. Let the ball come to you. But now the forbidden fruit must be taken. Yeah.
You book them, they will come.
Absolutely, buddy. That's the show. I've also been playing pairs. We've been playing some co-op pairs, which we'll talk about shortly. I have played through a Champions League campaign. I won the Champions League with Liverpool.
Nice. Good
Currently
team.
Waiting for a good full-blown patch to come out so that I can get all the proper kits and stuff before I start my Master League.
Because we messed about with it last year, didn't we? A few times, and I was just like, oh, no. I'm just going to wait until there's like a proper solid one that's out and about. One time in it to win it.
Yeah, no, that was the thing. We pissed about. I tried a couple of different ones, and eventually, yes, it became quite clear that I should have just waited a little bit longer and got a definitive one, which I'm sure will come. You can buy one. It's very cheap.
What?
But you do have to pay for it. I think it's on PES Universe. They bring out like a... Not official, obviously, but like a full-blooded patch with everything. I think it's like maybe $2.99, something like that. And then over a certain period of time, that becomes free in like a month or two's time.
Okay.
By that time, some other guys will have caught them up and made it.
I was going to say they've probably downloaded it and just torrented the shit out of it.
Yeah, but it's a nice option if you want to just get the ball rolling straight away. It's not that much, and you can't underestimate the amount of work that is for someone to make that.
How much it would be, yeah.
I'm not quite sure how copyright comes down on it, though. People,
I don't care.
It's copyright images, isn't it, that they're using? Although maybe they could argue that they're drawing. No, you couldn't argue it.
I don't know. It's confusing, incredibly confusing, and I'll leave it at that.
Either way, that game's brilliant. The more I play it, the more I realise how much better it is than the last one. This will be a contentious opinion later on because we've got some stuff about that towards the end of the show. But yeah, it's all nuanced. Like all of the things that are better are small, and there's nothing like striking.
It's refined in a way.
And some people might consider me a little hypocritical. Being happy enough with slight iteration like that after like blasting Destiny for not being that different. But this is an annual franchise, and Destiny isn't. So fuck you. But yeah, it's great. It's a great game. It plays a lot slower. That makes it more fun, I find, because you can create space and really think about what you're doing, and I really enjoy that. It was a pleasure playing through the Champions League campaign. I had some sort of group of death featuring Real Madrid, Porto, and Sporting Lisbon, which I snuck through in second.
Nice.
And then faced a series of teams, the likes of Barca, Man United, and had Chelsea in the final, who I beat on penalties. I just fucking shaved it in a shootout to win the Champions League. It was really fun. Really, really fun. What I will say, and this has to... I don't know how often friend of the podcast, Pete, gets the chance to listen these days. I know he's pretty busy. But he was absolutely blasting the demo, saying how shit the graphics were. And the more I play it, the more I tend to agree. This game looks worse than last year's.
Yeah, I'm not sure on it. They've done some stuff to the pitch. There was a comparison on Digital Foundry. And the player models have obviously...
They're much better.
Yeah, much better. But I can't see them from the broadcast cam. So what's the point?
It seems like they've updated all of the features, the sort of polygon count on the players. They've given it masses of animations, and there's clearly a whole engine of computations going on here to make the game feel analog, to sort of cheat you into thinking that anything could possibly happen.
But it can, and that's what I love about it.
That's it. That's the beauty of it. That's the bread and butter there. But at the end of the day, I think that it's caused them to have to literally like down texture the pitch and stuff, and it looks fucking worse, mate. It does. It's
something to do with how on the previous one it was like rendered in chunks, whereas this is rendered as a whole, I think.
Yeah, I think it's smoother, the new one.
Yeah.
And it plays so much nicer, and it was never really about graphics, but even with my intense PES bias, buddy, I'm not sure I can excuse a new version of the game looking worse than the old one.
I know.
Feels very Konami, doesn't it? But
standard Konami, mate. They love that shit.
Either way, we'll talk about that again shortly because we played some of it together. I forgot to mention last week that we finally finished Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
How was that?
I enjoyed it. It was fun. I think it should have been DLC rather than a standalone launch.
Yeah.
I don't think that there was...
You know, a lot of people didn't buy the first or Uncharted 4, so therefore they wouldn't have been able to play this one if they hadn't have bought the first one.
Yeah, well, fuck them, mate.
Okay.
I don't care about them. I just...
What would the difference be if it was
There isn't
DLC?
one, really. It's probably just me being an old-time fucking
I was just going to say, like,
fuck.
What is the difference?
There's none. There's none.
Sure,
and it makes perfect sense for DLC packs to be standalone, so you have the option to not buy the game or pick it up without...
Cool.
Even just having it, like, to not have the original game installed for storage reasons. But they were I just don't think there was enough there for a standalone release.
But it wasn't a full price.
I know.
Okay. Sure.
I know it's weird. But
would you pay £30 for DLC?
No. No, I wouldn't. But I don't think this is worth £30.
No, I don't. I mean, that's the thing. Obviously, we got it cheaper because we do the game sharing, and obviously we advise. Sorry, there's my classic clear throating. Bit of around about this time, and what was I saying? Yeah, we got it half price because we share games, and I totally advise people that have really close friends to do this because half price games. Come on.
Yeah, it's got to be done. At the same time, we can still recognise how much things are, even if we're not necessarily paying the full whack for them. Yeah. And I mean, it was great, and I enjoyed it, and it was a decent length as well, and I suppose that they can justify that price. But I know it's not all about the length of the story or whatever either. Yeah. I don't think that it was. It was good. It's just a bit weird. I guess I just can't really get my head around that business model. And I'm sure that if it continues, if people keep launching these expansions for 30 quid or so over the next couple of years, I'm sure I'll get the gist. But it just felt a bit weird to me because once it became a standalone release, I was expecting a bit more diversity from it, and there really was none. Like, it didn't have any new ideas. It twisted things a bit differently. It was entertaining, it was exciting, and it was competent.
That, like, open worldy bit with side quests.
Which 4 kind of had when you're driving around.
It didn't do it to this extent, I feel like they were dabbling with it a little bit. And in Uncharted 4, it didn't really fit in with Uncharted 4. With this, it did a little bit more. Because in Uncharted 4, all I really remember from that like open worldy section was like, where the fuck am I going?
That was the thing, and if anything, I found it a little annoying. Like, games, I think Naughty Dog's best work is when they're completely curating your experience, as in it's linear, they pick in every camera angle, the point
totally.
at which music hits and script hits.
Like, so you come around a corner and the camera just pans out and you're like, and then,
you can use wanky words like filmic and stuff, but that's when they're at their best for me. No, you don't have to. and I thought that the open world thing kind of detracted. In Uncharted 4, I would rather have been funneled more than have that big open section. I know that sounds odd, but...
Yeah, but for that type of game, that's what you want. You want that filmic
but it worked
experience.
Better here. Cheers, buddy. Absolutely. Good word. It worked better here. It did. I don't know quite why. It just kind of did. I think with the side quests as well, it just felt more like a traditional open world game, and therefore I was kind of more at home in it. But yeah, overall, it was real fun. I would recommend it. I wouldn't pay full whack for it.
I don't know. Like, I feel like, if it was £5 cheaper, like 25 quid, I think that is the right price for that kind of content, because it was a long enough story, like 8.5 hours I got through it, and I was kind of like prattling about for a bit. But then, like, I mean, we did try the survival mode, and it just wasn't for us.
No, shite.
But it does have other modes in it. It has got a survival mode. It has got a multiplayer mode. So, you know, if you do enjoy that, then, I mean, you've got, like, a multiplayer, like, shooter and stuff like that. I mean... I remember playing, what was it, The Last of Us.
I was just thinking about that the other day. Yeah. That was really good, you know.
It was awesome. Really, really good. You know, and hopefully whenever the next one comes out, we'll have a similar online experience that we can get into again.
That's really good, that stealth combat in the snow and stuff. I really enjoyed that, actually, for a bit. Cool. And then everyone got bows and arrows and it was shite. But
that was shite.
So yeah, I've been playing that, finished that now, put that to bed, and the missus was like, I suppose we could go around again, and we hadn't played through all of the games together. This was the first time that we'd done that. We dabbled with Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us. Yeah. So yeah, we're going around again. I downloaded I had cleared space on my console, but I downloaded the Nathan Drake collection once more, nice. And we started from number 1, and going from Lost Legacy to the original remaster of Uncharted, within the space of 10 minutes is a galling experience.
I bet that was friggin' horrible.
But what I will say is praise Jesus for the frame rate. Because it was such a stark contrast. Like, graphically, obviously, like, significantly worse by, like, many, many years. Double the frame rate, and it looked lovely for it. It's really odd, but... They just kind of hit home that conversation we've had so many times where...
Gotta have that frame rate.
I think 60 is more important than resolution to me.
So do I. It's the the most important thing for me. It's having games running at 60 now, because it's just smooth.
It's just nicer.
Like... I mean, everyone's done really good jobs with, like, motion blurring and stuff like that at 30.
To smooth things out.
Yeah, exactly. But to have that game running at 60 without those, like, motion blur effects in it, it's just gorgeous. It looks so much better. It does.
And this plays kind of as you'd expect. There's lots of things wrong with the original Uncharted. Lots of insta-death moments and really poor bits of control and stuff. But, you know, you kind of dial in very, very quickly to the era of game you're playing. And are willing to accept it, I find. Having gone back to 360 as well, I'm kind of in the groove of that anyway, and the missus certainly doesn't care about, you know, how old a game is or how it looks graphically or whatever. So yeah, we're caning our way through Uncharted. The original game was significantly shorter than the others. So I think the whole campaign of the first game takes about 7-8 hours, and we're about 3/4 of the way through that.
Yeah.
At which point we move on to 2, which I still think probably the best one of all of them.
I think so. I really enjoyed 2.
Fantastic game. So I'm looking forward to that. And just having a really good time on it, buddy.
Nice.
It's just cool. It's just really cool. And going back to the original game and having Sully back in there, he was certainly missed somewhat from the Lost Legacy. So always had a bit of a soft spot for Sully, buddy.
Gibbons, buddy.
So yeah, that's me, buddy. Suppose we should talk about a tiny little bit of Pez. We played co-op this week, didn't we? And
the 3v3.
Yeah, very confusingly, 2v2 and 3v3 is what was advertised. It was all over Konami's spiel for the marketing campaign. The creative director, the community manager, all of these guys were tweeting saying it has 2v2.
It's in the game.
It's in the game, 2v2. And people going, where is it?
Where?
And him
I can't
coming
find
back.
In the menu system where I select
Adam Barty
the
is their, he's their sort of manager of that shit. And he was coming back saying, I can't look right now. I don't know exactly where it is, but I know it's in there.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it is and it isn't. And what we've discovered is you can't set it to 2v2.
No, it just stays at 3v3 or 3v.com computer.
Yep. But if you matchmake as a 2, it assigns you a 2 in return.
Yes.
Which is very Konami stealth.
Brilliant.
Not even a menu for it. Had no idea.
Who needs a menu for that?
Googling it, and I'm looking on Reddit posts and stuff. Just classic Konami. But at the end of the day, we worked it out and really enjoyed it. Really, really good.
Yeah, man. We played a couple of games against the computer to start off with, and going back to like how we were talking about like analog and randomness. There was a moment where we tried to clear the ball, and it just panged off like one of their defenders, and ended up like dropping right in our box, right for one of their strikers to just get on and score. And I was just like, wouldn't have seen that in FIFA.
It's true. You wouldn't have seen that at all, because it was like one of those things like you were hoofing the ball out and it just twatted off him. And full bar Charlie from me, mate, out the box, and it just pings off this dude, bounces right into the onto the 6-yard box, and then boom, it's a goal. And you're not even mad because you just appreciate how random and analog it feels.
Exactly.
Something to be said for the way that it collects statistics here and rewards you as well with points. Like, genuinely, really...
what, like the halftime stats and stuff?
No. Basically, it analyzes your performance and assigns you points based on that. There's sort of 30 different things, like chances created, shots on target, interceptions, blocks, positional play, and you're awarded points based on how well you perform. And this really is a mode that punishes dickheads, because if you don't knock the ball about, if you keep charging down and losing it, then you are penalised heavily and you don't come out with many points. And there's a whole system in place there where you can search for people who've only got a certain level of team play. And, it's really diverse and interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. How many games did we play? We played about 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 5 games, 2 against the computer and then 3 against numpties.
And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It feels like PES to me. Like I can't really tell much of a difference bar from what you've really said, like the slowing of the pace and stuff. But it was just interesting to play it against other people, because over the past so many years, all we've done is have like 2-on-2s with us and our mates, or we've played like 4 or 5 of us against the AI and things like that. But to have that competitive mode back in there, I don't know. Like the nerves were coming on thick and fast.
Yeah.
Like in points that I'm like, oh god, I gotta do something special or just not fuck this up, kind of thing. And I was fucking loving it. I was like, this is so good. The fact that we can do 3v3 is now like, like in pre-game night we can get like me, you and Funk or something together. We can get a couple of games in before doing some F1. I'm well looking forward to this, and just having that competitive football game back. It's getting me juices going, buddy. I'm all excited.
Give and be, absolutely. It's going to be cool, and also to be playing in a mode that rewards good play and teamwork means that the games should be really good, and it's not midget fucking afros chasing down over the top through balls with their pink gloves.
But there is there's a stupid thing in there where people can pick their My Pro club though, buddy, isn't there? So My Pro is the ultimate teams in PES, where you collect cards and make your team of awesomeness, and you can pick that. in the 3v3.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't think you're supposed to be able to play against people in the co-op thing. I think it might be a glitch. I've done a little bit of reading about it. But yeah, that co-op mode exists in two different areas of PES.
Yeah.
One of them being the actual co-op gameplay mode, and the other one being in the Ultimate Team-esque My Club whatever thing. And yeah, you can pick your My Club team from there and have some friends join you, but I'm not sure it should be like cross-pollinating with the main co-op mode, and time will tell how much of a problem that is, because in theory that would mean that people could select, you know, not dream teams, because it's not going to play with the team pressure and chemistry stats of the My Club mode. It'd just be a dream team of players.
Yeah, exactly.
Still a bit of a detraction when you're trying to have decent championship games and keep getting chucked up against fucking ridiculously good teams.
Paris Saint-Germain with fucking the Ox.
Yeah, got to have him in there.
Which was odd. I was like, I didn't know I thought he went to Liverpool. That was odd.
So yeah, very promising. Much of a muchness elsewhere in that game. Nothing much new going on there. A few different bits and bobs in terms of the way that the Master League works with transfers and stuff. Some extra options that kind of makes it a bit more fun. But for the most part, it's not a massive leap forward, other than this fantastic co-op mode that I'm sure we're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of.
Gibbons, buddy.
So I suppose probably time at this point, buddy, to have a little bit of a chat about the continuing adventures of us in Destiny 2. So do you want to kick things off, B?
Yeah, this game has made its money, or I've got my money's worth out of this game already. I've completed the campaign twice with 2 characters now. I've got one of my characters is around about 240. The other one we were playing last night, actually, my Titan, he is 267 or 268 or something like that at the moment. And I've hit the plateau, I'm going to say the plateau here, where it's going to be difficult for me to get into that upper echelon of Destiny players. Hitting that 280, 290 to be like super raid ready. This game is fantastic. It is a great game. I feel like I finally found my like simple MMO game that I can just sit down and play all the time. Because like in the past, I've always spoken about like MMOs and like the Neverwinter one, Guild Wars 2, World of Warcraft kind of a little bit as well, and trying to find an MMO that I can really just, that grabs me and I can like carry on and just feel like, yeah, I'm just going to play this for hours on end. And I feel like Destiny 2 has done that for me. I'm clearly all into what that game's all about. I love the gameplay. I like the lore behind it and everything. I like the stories. I mean, we're going to mock all the characters like all the time, but I like them. I think they're good. I think like they tell the story well. I mean, video games, mate, it's what they do. But yeah, I think I've settled into this game really, really nicely now. So yeah, hitting that 265 light level is where this game is gonna start breaking people's desires to play it, I guess, or whatever it is, because this is where the true grind, I think, cuts in. So the plan that people should be doing if they are playing this game is obviously finish the story, and then you want to grind out like public events, the what are they called, the adventures, the lost sectors, all the like open world stuff, like go around, explore the lands, and like I've really, really been enjoying doing those adventures this week and like the little side missions and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, we heard reports that they were pretty entertaining, and some reports that they were actually far better than the story campaign. I think that completely rings true. We've done a couple of them that were quite interesting, and yeah, it's just really nice. I mean, you could almost treat it like another story, like a whole new story campaign.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're when the story's finished, like we say, it could be like a tutorial, and then after that, like go nuts kind of thing. So yeah, it's all these little mini stories that are knocking about, which is nice. It's adding more content to the game, which, you know, already had enough content, I feel, that could have been like a full release game. Like, I mean, I've played full release titles that have had less content than that and have not like you know, that I haven't enjoyed as much as this.
Yeah, I mean, with all of the controversy surrounding the microtransactions and everything, I think Bungie had been painted as being a little bit stingy or money grabbing, and that may well be the case, but one thing you can't level at them is a lack of content in their game.
Yeah, totally.
It's a feature-rich package. There's masses of content there. There's loads of things to do, and the odds of you getting sick and bored of it before feeling like you've got your money's worth, I think, are very, very low, very limited. So, do you think you're going to be able to get up to the light level you want with a mixture of those sort of little adventures and maybe some nightfall strikes? Do you think that would get us up to 280, 290?
The thing that we need to do now, the strategy, buddy, is like I say, you get up to that 265 level, because the vendors at the moment only go up to like 265. The blues only drop to like 260 kind of thing. And then from there, you want to go on your like exotic missions. So on each planet, there's like a certain mission where you can get like an exotic, and what that will do, that will drop at a much higher like power level, and then from there you'll start incrementing better legendaries, better purples and stuff like that, and start building yourself back up. But I was doing some research, and yeah, that's the struggle between 60 and like 75 is just like the bit where it's like, a lot of people feel like I'm just not progressing anymore. But yeah, like literally all you need to do is get to that light level and then start going for the exotics. So like in your milestones, you'll have milestones that say underneath it, powerful gear or something.
Oh yeah, I've seen something about that. Yeah.
Whatever that one is, then that's what you want to do. Like doing the what's it called? The stupid public offence thing, like the focus stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
yeah.
Whatever that is, the one for Kate.
So having like 280 engrams in your pack is going to cause you to get better purples. Is that right?
Yes. So it'll bring on like the next tier,
even if you're not wearing
drops.
them.
Yeah. So they, like we said, they've changed it. So even if it's in your vault or if it's just in your inventory, that'll accumulate to your overall score. Not like actually see it on screen, but regarding your pickups and stuff like that.
Right, okay. That's good to know.
It is good. I just want to talk about like the microtransactions a little bit. And once again, I'm not saying they're good, but what is good is the fact that, yeah, like we said last week, you can get all of the stuff from the bright engram drops, which happen every time you fill your XP bar after you've hit level 20. Another thing that I found out, which is cool, so every Tuesday they do the weekly reset for Destiny, and every time they do the reset, the first 3 levels that you level up, you only have to get half the amount of XP.
Right, okay.
So instead of, I think it's like 80,000 XP it is to like get one of these bright engrams, every week the first 40,000 you get a bright engram. So like I've been, fuck knows how many, I've had loads of these things drop for me. I've got like my shader thing is pretty much full to the max. I think you can have 50. I've got like 40. And I'm just like, I've got like loads of mods as well. I'm like, I mean, I feel like they've, I mean, yeah, they're there. It's bad, but I've had no need to even consider like buying these because they're just dropping on a regular basis for me, which is, you know, good enough for me. So whatever you do, don't buy them. It's pointless because you will get all the stuff you want more than likely, unless you really want everything. Then, I mean, that's just weird.
I suppose time will tell on those, probably. But yeah, certainly at this point, all that stuff's dropping really regularly. And also, I don't know, I hate that they're in there.
Yeah, totally. I think, but they're pointless because you just get this stuff. like on a regular. So I don't even know. I know why they're there because they're money grabbing cunts, buddy. But yeah, it's just, and the fact that like also like when I decrypted one of the bright engrams, I got 1,000 bright dust, which is the currency that you can also like every week it'll reset. There's like 12 of the items at the bottom that you can buy with bright dust. So there's like a currency in there that you can earn within game to buy this stuff as well. So once again, why would you pay actual money for it when you can just play the game?
Yeah,
you know,
it is weird. I think time will tell because I just don't trust them, frankly. But at the moment, it certainly looks like there's absolutely no need to spend anything at all.
No, I can't see any reason to. I don't know what else really today. We're probably going to try and get on some of the Nightfall strikes. I'm going to see if I can get my player up to like 270, 280, see if I can join the raid this week, I think. I don't know. Maybe. It seems like a hard job. But we'll see how far I get in it, buddy, I think.
Yeah, well, we'll... yeah, it all comes down to how many hours you need to put in for us to get up raid ready, me and Funk. That's what it kind of comes down to, is how long is it going to take us versus you playing it probably like most nights. I think time will tell on that one. It depends how reasonable the drops are in the Nightfall, which is I certainly think we will do. And also,
I think by hitting the Nightfall next, it's gonna get some a lot better loot for you guys. I think
so. But it's just whether we can do fun stuff to bridge that gap to the raid, or if because I just think that, well, certainly. Personally speaking, I am not willing to sit and grind that thing for 20 hours just so I can do that raid. They can fuck themselves.
No, exactly.
I don't care enough. So that's what it'll kind of come down to. Obviously, that doesn't affect you because you can do what you do. But the next couple of weeks will be interesting. But fair fucking play to a team of people who have put something together where I'm saying we will definitely be playing this in a fortnight, a game that we've been playing pretty solidly already for sort of 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah, man.
I'm really enjoying it. I'm not a diehard fan like you are, but I am really, really enjoying myself, and that doesn't show any signs of letting up at this point.
Well, I think it just proves that it's a good game due to all the flaws and stuff that, like, you know, you can point out with it, I think.
Yeah,
it's just they've done such a good job with it.
Yeah, they have, and we'll be back with another update next time, buddies.
Gibbons.
And now it's time for the news.
The news.
Fucking news. All right. Number one.
Number Wang.
Danger, buddies. And I'd imagine this will be fixed by the time you hear this. I hope so, at least. But this is some sort of monumental bollock dropping from Ubisoft, buddy.
What have they done?
What they've done is release the latest patch for Rainbow Six Siege, which is apparently quite large, by the way, although not Elder Scrolls Online standards. And that patch is causing some real issues, some crashing issues, and also some actually quite serious issues, genuinely serious, as in bricking consoles serious.
Wow. They've done a proper number then.
Unbelievable. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. So there seems to be some sort of issue after you install this when sending party invites that can cause the game to error out. But there have been some reports of players getting a far more serious system error, like hard drive bricking town kind of thing.
That's mental.
Yeah, it's an error code CE 36329-3, which is basically means your hard drive's corrupted, and some people have found that they're having to format, like they're having to format their fucking console.
Genius.
So this is really, really serious, to the point where Ubisoft have actually released a statement saying, players have reported a crashing issue regarding the party invitation. We are cooperating with Sony on this issue and would advise you not to use this feature until a resolution is found.
So don't use party invitation.
Don't use parties with Siege because it might break your console.
Fucking, did they not test this?
I can't imagine what's happened here. Genuinely, I can't imagine what's happened. I don't know what their QA process is. Something's gone horribly wrong. And it's a big player base. That thing went underground shortly after it came out and had a sort of fervent fan following, and it's been gathering pace. You hear more and more about it each month, and this is going to be affecting a lot of people. Yeah, so, I mean, anyone that would potentially be affected by this is going to already know about it by the time they listen, because they'll be part of the community and they'll probably know anyway. But if you do get a Siege patch added to your downloads, buddies, if you are someone who occasionally plays Rainbow Six Siege, yeah, I would highly recommend that you don't launch that game until they send out another patch to resolve things. So yeah, good work there. Good,
well done.
Good stuff. Number 2, Skyrim to launch in November on Switch. There wasn't any sort of release window for that announced, although most people thought it would come out this year. It's now been announced for November. And
yay!
That's cool. And Doom's also coming to the Switch as well early next year. So, yeah, the third party's dipping a toe in, buddy.
Seeing what's there.
Yeah. Obviously, Bethesda.
They love it.
Doom won't have Snap Map, though, buddy, on the Switch.
You're not missing out.
It's not a great loss. It was over-egged.
It was so overrated. I was well excited for that when it was first announced.
It felt like it had masses of potential, but what you discover when you load that up on PS4 for a game that's been out for some time now, I think 18 months maybe, is that people don't appear to have created any sort of decent content for it. And
not like trials.
No, and you can assume 18 months into the life of that game that if no one's created anything good for it, then it's probably impossible to do so. The tool is probably not strong enough for you to put something compelling together.
Well.
So there's some death rooms and there's some quirky stuff and gimmicky stuff, but nothing tangible there. So Switch users, you're not going to be missing out.
Yeah.
But that game's fucking cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it looks and how it runs on that system.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, though,
it is, because it's a bit of a showstopper graphically, so...
yeah, it's a beautiful game, especially at 4K.
Gibbons, buddy. We'll have to see how that goes for them. So, yeah. Next, fresh from clearing the 1 million concurrent users on Steam, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or PUBG, as we like to call it, has just smashed Steam's overall record of all time for concurrent users, buddy.
Is that beating out, what was it, Dota 2?
It was Dota, yeah. 1,349,584 people worldwide were all playing PUBG at the same time the other day.
That's fucking mental,
to claim the
man.
record.
That game, need to play. I'm going to have to buy an Xbox One just for that.
Oh, that deal that Argos dropped the ball on, and I thought we were going to get lucky there. Oh.
90 quid for an Xbox One, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 90 quid for the limited edition Minecraft Xbox One S with two games and 2 controllers. It was supposed to be $349 and it was priced wrong. We thought we might have the chance there, but it looks like they sussed it at the last minute and
bastards.
No dice. But yeah, so that's just massive, and congratulations to those guys. Jesus Christ, that is a huge figure.
Yeah, man, they're raking it in.
Brilliant stuff. Next, Gearbox has announced that they will no longer support Battleborn, basically. Not in terms of removing all server access at this point, although fucking watch it, buddies, because this is Gearbox. They are closing down all future updates and support for Battleborn. They say the servers will remain on for the foreseeable future, but all teams are now working on Borderlands 3. So that went well, didn't it, buddy?
It's a shame for that game.
Shit. Yeah.
Shame.
Couldn't happen to a nicer... yeah.
Nicer guy.
So next, Fortnite, buddy. Let's talk about Fortnite. This is fun. So someone was playing Fortnite on, I believe, PS4.
Yeah.
And they noticed in the old little ticker at the bottom there a name.
The kill feed.
Yeah, the kill feed. A name pop up with a space in it. Now that doesn't seem particularly baffling.
You can't do that on a Sony platform.
Exactly. PSN. There's no option to have spaces in your gamer tag.
Can have underscores.
You can have underscores, but this was a space. And they looked up the name, and it was an Xbox Live gamer tag, buddy.
Shit, son.
In it. So did some more research, and started seeing this pop up more and more and more. It was eventually confirmed 100% that crossplay was working on Fortnite when a father and son set up side by side, did the old two TVs, buddy, one on an Xbox One and one on a PS4, and they got in the same game together and stood back to back.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it was crossplay. Was being the operative term, because Sony famously isn't allowing any sort of crossplay on any of its titles, much to the ire of most gamers and also Microsoft as well, who are more than happy to take the plunge. This has been a bit of a PR nightmare. It emerged quite recently from the Ark Survival guys that this would be very easy to implement. They're just not allowed to do it because Sony have said no. And now it turns out that Fortnite has been crossplay for some time since a recent update. But was, buddy, no longer. Valve issued a statement saying that it was a bug, and they've closed access again, so it's no longer happening.
Is it Epic?
Not Valve, sorry, yes, Epic. My bad. So yeah, there we go. Fortnite was crossplay, buddy.
That's awesome. You're welcome.
I know, and now it isn't. I don't know what the repercussions will be between Sony and Epic there, but
yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. I wonder if they're going to get fucking slapped with some kind of fine or something. You just don't know.
Because what sort of bug allows crossplay?
I don't know.
That's just such bullshit, is it not? Like, you can't accidentally. I don't know. I guess if everything's on the same servers, maybe.
Yeah, maybe they can just go. I don't know, but like. It would be good if games could do that, because, it just means like the servers would be better populated,
Yeah, games that were struggling for numbers. You look at Lawbreakers or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be excellent news for them if they could cultivate a community cross-platform. It'd make a massive difference, I'm sure.
Definitely would. Be very cool. But hey-ho.
I think that that's not the end of this. This is going to run and run. Not necessarily with Fortnite specifically, but there's more and more clamour for cross-platform play, and I think Sony are going to have to cave eventually. I thought if they put their fingers in their ears, then eventually it'd blow over, but it doesn't seem to be.
No, it keeps popping back up in the news every so often, doesn't it?
Gibbons. So there we go. There's that. Quick one on this. I'm not going to cover it in any detail. It's one of these stupid fucking stories.
Yay, stupid.
Stupid fucking story of the week. PewDiePie was racist, I guess. I
believe he was racist again.
He dropped... he made a racist slur. He dropped an N-bomb on one of his... YouTube videos, live streams, whatever.
Nitro bomb.
There you go. While playing Firewatch, and the Firewatch devs, is it Campo Santo?
Yeah, Campo Santo.
They responded by DMCAing his videos because they didn't want racism affiliated with their video game.
Makes sense.
He got into a fair old whack of trouble, as is tradition, and I'm sure that'll blow over. As is tradition, looking at fucking T Martin and that bullshit, they're quite happily plying their shitty trade once more.
Of course they are.
So, in response to Firewatch's statement not condoning racism, PewDiePie fans have been review bombing Firewatch on Steam, as in...
fucking retards.
Downvoting the fuck out of it, giving it really shitty reviews, because they are fans of PewDiePie, which is fucking ridiculous. It affects Firewatch's standing on Steam, where it appears on Steam, all manner of stuff. Just because people equals shit, I think Slipknot said it best.
Yeah, though. I mean, we haven't had that phrase for a while.
Gibbons. So Steam tend to not really do enough ever. That's kind of their thing.
They do the bare minimum.
They do the absolute bare minimum. Yeah. And this week's bare minimum is for them to implement like a graphical timeline of reviews. Yeah. So as well as seeing the review score, you see a graph showing when those reviews arrived. So if a game is suddenly being review bombed, it's very, very clear because all of those negative reviews came after a set date and appear on a graph, timeline, whatever. Bare minimum. You have to like do your own fucking homework at this point. But at the same time, I don't know really what they can do. I mean,
they can't stop people posting shit on there, can they?
It depends if people have played the game or not. But then when you've got this whole 2-hour refund thing on Steam, there's nothing to stop the most diligent of arseholes buying the game, playing it for a minute, closing it again, getting a refund and voting it 1 star. So
yeah,
it's all such bullshit, isn't it? Who gives a toss? It's just, man, miserable. We'll move on. Forza 7 demo now available on Xbox One and PC. Thought that it was important to mention that because we are in racy race car town. I do love racing games, but don't want people to think that I'm biased towards a specific game or console. And Forza 7 looks fucking cool, and I wish I could play it. So
it does look very good.
It looks great. Yeah, and there's no shortage of racing games coming our way, buddy. But that is a game that I would love to play.
It's another cross-buy game as well.
It is.
So buy it on Windows 10, get it on Xbox, vice versa. Yeah. Very cool. That
I like that.
I think that's a great game model.
It's another big plus in the Xbox column.
Yeah, mate. Microsoft doing good.
Good stuff. Fill in the boys. Finally, and similarly racing game themed, buddy, Slightly Mad Studios, who are releasing Project Cars 2 this week, which we are picking up and we'll be playing on game night, and I'm really fucking excited about. They are going to be making what looks like several officially licensed Fast and the Furious games.
Sure.
That's their next project.
I mean, we spoke about them doing like arcade racer, didn't we?
Yeah, it looks like it was this.
A few weeks ago.
Yep.
Okay, fair dues. Fast and Furious. I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah. If it's good, I'll play it. I mean, I like arcade races. I mean, the amount of times I've said I'd buy like Need for Speed if it was good. So yeah, man. If it's a good racer, then yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
okay.
Traditionally, video games based on movies have been terrible, but I would argue that these were movies that were essentially a fucking video game. These were movies based on Need for Speed rather than...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So if anyone's going to do a good job of this, it'll be Slightly Mad. Funny how this was kind of confirmed, though. CEO of Slightly Mad, Ian Bell, he was watching an Australian YouTuber play some pre-alpha code of Project Cars 2. Spot the Aussie is the YouTuber of choice. So the CEO's watching one of the YouTube sort of tastemakers they've sent the code out to, playing it on a live stream, and gets in touch and ends up talking to him. And it soon emerges that he's a little bit tipsy, buddy. He's been on the sauce. The CEO is Slightly Mad. It gives an incredibly frank and very interesting interview about the development of Project Cars 2, in which he specifically says this game's not perfect, but like we're really proud of the achievements we've made for a small team and so on. And then essentially lets slip that they've got a contract with Fast and the Furious, and that'll be their next set of games. So leaked it himself, the CEO of the company. Who's going to get told off for that, buddy? He can't tell himself off.
No, exactly. Fuck it. Maybe it was planned.
Yeah. I liked it though, and it's worth seeking out that interview. Just YouTube Ian Bell interview, and you'll find that, and it's really entertaining, but really interesting as well. Like, and a passionate gentleman, which kind of endears you to the studio even more.
Nice, buddy.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, that's my news, buddy. A bit wordy from me this week. I don't think I've had enough to drink, so I seem to be talking far too well. I will try and remedy that now as I hand over to you for my section that I love the most, buddy. And that would be Ash's news, favourite things of the week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's news favourite thing of the week.
Cheers, buddy. After me trying to clear my throat again for the 7th time tonight. Oh, God. Very annoying. Number 1 on the list. You know I'm a big fan of the Nintendo Switch. I mean, there's only good things that I have to say about this console.
It's true.
And, the latest bit of news that I need to talk about is it's about NBA 2K18 on the Switch. And this is a game that you will definitely need a micro SD card to play.
Why is that, buddy?
Due to the fact that there's 32 gigs on the Switch, which is bafflingly small. The game itself is 22.9 gigs. And then on top of that, the save file, 5 gigs.
The save file is 5 gigs?
Apparently so.
What on earth do you mean?
The save file for the game takes up 5 gigs.
I don't understand.
Which is larger than various titles on the Switch. So yeah, there's 32 gigs of internal memory, but obviously you can only use 25 of that. So therefore, install the game on a thing, but then you're going to need a micro SD card to save it.
Yeah.
Here we go. I mean, 32 gigs, mate.
I mean, you hear this shit all the time.
They're going to release a Switch next year with like 64 gigs.
Oh, yeah, because that's definitely big enough.
Yeah, totally. It's the biggest that'll go.
All of these, quality of life issues, from the outside looking in on that console, it's like, that's really exciting little handheld. But you only have to hear a discussion between owners of that console. Listen, they can't talk about it for more than 10 minutes before being like, yeah, the battery's terrible. Yeah, the memory's
so
terrible. There's so many niggle. Party chat. I have to do it on my fucking phone, and it doesn't work properly.
Brilliant.
It's really ghetto fucking console. Just from the outside, it's never talked about in a marketing stance because why would they want to promote that shittiness? But man,
indeed,
it's not all slick and fucking sunshine and flowers like it seems to be from the outside.
No, definitely not. Unfortunately, but it's not. Sticking with the Switch, here we go. The SNES style controller with analog sticks. It's got a release date. Have you seen this?
I've seen this, and it looks quite cool actually with analog controls.
I would buy that to play classic games, not on a Switch, on my PC or something.
It's really nice looking.
Very cool. Yeah, it's a SNES controller, but with
dual shocks,
dual analogs. Yeah, exactly. Just chunking, and I think there's got an R1 and R2 button on it as well. It's just odd, but very cool. I think if I did have a Switch, I think I'd definitely get one of them. It's very cool.
Gibbons.
Going back to game sizes and things like that, game downloads, they're pretty big nowadays.
They certainly are, buddy.
You see that, what was it, Final Fantasy? Was it fucking 120 gigs or something on PC or something fucking stupid?
Yeah, it's always, it's since the main marker is usually Battlefield. Every time a new Battlefield comes out, they've chucked 20 gig on top and you're just like, fuck me, really?
Yeah, it's awesome. Doom was pretty bad for that.
It was well over 60.
And obviously everything's having 4K textures and shit now, so obviously that's... So yeah, Microsoft are like, hey, whoa, let's step back a bit now. Let's check ourselves before we wreck ourselves right now. And they've been talking about chunks. So say you buy a game, you can select what parts of that game you kind of want. Do you need the 4K assets? Yes or no. You don't have to download it if you don't need it. Audio languages, you don't need all 7 of them. That's going to take up more space. I just want English. Select that. Download that. So yeah, Microsoft seemed to be proactive in the thought of, game downloads. Because obviously, not so much in this country, but I mean, we do have it data caps and stuff like that on your broadband. But, You know, like these games are getting silly big, and you know, if say like I formatted my PS4, I'd have to download like 3 terabytes of fucking video games again. I'm like, yeah, great.
It just makes sense, doesn't it?
Fun.
And
Totally.
It was always going to be Microsoft that opened proceedings here. It was never going to be Sony. But it kind of runs parallel with like app volumes and stuff like you get in the sort of IT world. And it's just common sense. You should be able to just install the components you want. Why wouldn't you?
Exactly. Do you want multiplayer? Yes or no?
If it's Uncharted, then absolutely not.
Yeah. Do you want single player? If it's Battlefield, probably
absolutely not. Yeah.
Exactly. And these are the things that we should be able to choose with our downloads. I mean, yeah, it just makes sense. PES 2018 debuts at the top spot in Japan.
Yeah, not over here. Destiny,
Not
Destiny
over here, buddy.
clings on, and by clings on, I mean fucking trounces everything in its wake.
Of course it does. But there you go. There's not very often we hear about the top charts in Japan. There you go. PES 2018, mate. Number 1.
Fucking good shit. Good work.
So, last little bit of news here, buddy. So we spoke about Fortnite earlier on about having crossplay for that spurt, but they also released a paid-for DLC for a game that's in early access that's not ready. I don't want to go down that route anyway. But they released
Can of worms.
Exactly. A PlayerUnknown's Battleground mode, a 100 free-for-all mode. And what they've come out and said now is if you have bought that, you're going to get a refund because this is going to be free to play standalone as of next week.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to be able to play some version of PUBG, buddy, next week.
Fuck.
Yeah. In Fortnite engine. Yeah, I know, right? That's what I thought. I was like, fuck. That is such a good idea because obviously everyone on PS4 that is into video games has heard of like Battlegrounds.
Yeah, people are gagging for it, aren't they?
Yeah, I am. I want that game. It's just hit the fucking most concurrent players on Steam. It must be good. And yeah, so they made this game and then they were like, hey, why don't we just chuck it out for free and get loads of publicity off it?
Fucking sweet as the punch. Yeah.
But
we'll get stuck in, won't we?
Yeah, a nice thing that they said, like they referenced Battlegrounds as like this massive game, and this is kind of like a, you know, not a shrine or whatever. It's
some sort of homage to it.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Towards it, you know, because they thought it was such a good game. So yeah, free to play Battlegrounds, Fortnite, whatever it's called, I don't know. Who cares? Next week, buddy.
Fucking sweet as the punch. I'll do that with you, buddy.
Yeah, buddy, and that's me done.
Well, thank you so much, buddy. That was your news there, of course, and previously to that was my news, and that was the news.
That was the news.
And as we dance the merry dance, buddy, as my Mac asks, as it does every evening, whether I want to install available updates, and I tell it to remind me tomorrow, we should probably talk about some new games out this week.
That's out this week.
Sure is, buddy. What do we got here? We have got Batman the Enemy Within Episode 2. It's a Telltale game there, buddy.
Love it.
Yep. We've got Hob on the PS4 and PC, which is a really cool-looking little action-adventure game from the guys who made Torchlight, and Torchlight 2, of course.
The second, yeah.
It's fucking cheeky, actually. I quite like the look of that.
I mean, I've just Googled Hob. I mean, that was stupid.
Google will need more for you to find pictures of that video game, buddy.
Hob game. Hob was just like, yeah. Okay, yeah, images look nice. Artwork looks really cool, actually.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice looking. Bit cheeky.
How does it play? Do you know?
I don't know a great deal about it. I watched a very short video and got quite artsy sort of visuals, quite tasty.
Top down, kind of isometric.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
And Torchlight had a nice art style to it as well. Obviously a bit more sort of sandy and washed out, but yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice, buddy.
Yeah, interesting. I'll have a look more into that, I think.
Gibbons. Also, we have Ruiner on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One, described on its own website as a brutal shooter.
Oh, brutal.
Looks like quite a cool first-person shooter, but it's also one of those games that looks a little bit low budget to the point where you kind of question what you're watching in terms of how well it will control. So, I quite like the look of it, but I'm naturally suspicious. I don't know about you.
Okay. Ruiner, a brutal, unforgiving cyberpunk shooter, is that it?
That's the one, buddy.
Okay, so it's like a top-down isometric-y thing again.
Yeah, I mean it runs really nice. All of the movement, like the player movement and sort of hack and slash, but lots of
I guess what's it reminding me
elements.
of? Those Annihilation, Alien Nation, is it that one? And
it's got a bit of that about
that kind of thing. Wow, like the effects look really nice. I mean, this is running on a PC, so I don't know what it's going to run on. PS4 and stuff. I'm sure it'd be fine.
Yeah, it doesn't look mecha taxing, but the effects and the art style are really lovely. So, if you're into those sort of top-down-ish games where you got a bit of movement, I mean, the combat system looks just sort of hack and slash, but sometimes that's quite a good thing for that sort of camera angle. So
yeah, it looks like it's got like where you can freeze time and then go in for like ninja stealth kills and stuff like that.
That's right. Yep.
Cool. Yeah.
Bit of Hotline Miami about it.
Yeah, looks nice.
Gibbons. So there we go. Sign Mora X. I think it's just Sign, rather than like Cine or something. Sign
Mora X.
This is a Switch game, and it is a action side-scrolling Switch game. Bit of a sort of bullet hell jobby there, buddy, and as such, not really for me, but probably if you got a Switch, whatever you can get your hands on at this point. So fill your fucking boots, son. Also this week, Total War Warhammer 2 is coming to PC. That is a RTS, buddies. As you well know. Also, and finally, and I had to look this up to make absolutely sure, because this game's been coming out for
forever.
Yeah, a really, really long time.
At least 2 years or so now.
It is, yeah. This is Cuphead.
Yay!
Which looks awesome. It just looks awesome. It looks like
that art style's just insane.
Yeah,
like, it looks so cool.
If you follow games, you've probably heard of Cuphead and you've probably seen footage, but it is essentially based on old sort of
Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, like 30s, 40s, 50s cartoons, old Disney cartoons, where the characters sort of bob up and down on the spot, and it's all kind of drawn and. Yeah, they've done an amazing job in terms of the visuals, which is obviously all I can judge at this point. It looks unbelievably gorgeous. It just looks like one of these old cartoons on like fucking speed. And it just looks great. It just looks really, really cool. It's a side scroller essentially, although that would be really underselling it. It's got co-op as well, shooty bang bang side scrolling action, buddy, and I don't know what you need to run this, because I've got a Windows virtual machine on my Mac, and I do.
You'll
wonder.
be fine, mate. You'll be fine.
I think probably I would be fine, and
I don't think so.
I don't know how I'm not sure how graphically. It's impossible to work out how demanding that is graphically when you watch a video of it. Like, I know there's a lot going on the screen, but it's just an animation style that makes it very difficult for you to work out how much processing power you actually need there.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd see what it comes out as, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's cheap as well. Like, it's like 20 quid. I don't know.
I'll have to get it.
I really want to play this game, and it's not coming to PS4. So if
I really don't think this is ever going to come to PS4.
No, I think that
It's one of them
Microsoft are
ones
going to
as
hold
well.
this one around some good and proper.
Yeah, so it's Windows or nothing for you, buddy. Or buy an Xbox One, and then we can play Battlegrounds and also Cuphead and other games. Halo Wars 2, Gears of War, others. I can't think of any others. There's probably more. Skate 3, fucking Skate 3 hashtag.
I've just found the minimum specs on Steam.
Okay, come on, hit me with your minimum specs.
An Intel Core 2 Duo E8400, 3
Yeah.
gigahertz, or AMD Athlon 64 X2 6000 plus 3 gigahertz or higher.
You'll be fine.
2 gig of RAM.
Yeah.
A GeForce 9600 GT.
Ooh.
Or an AMD HD 3870 with 512 of VRAM.
3870.
Yeah, that's low.
Yeah.
Yeah. And DirectX
That's like
version 9.
fucking old.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you should be fine then. Wow.
I
I was
know-
expecting more than that.
That's really low.
That's like ball bags.
I genuinely fancy my Mac to run a virtual version of Windows and then that game inside and probably cope with that.
I think you'll be fine,
It might
to be
be,
honest.
yeah.
I was expecting like, I don't know, mine's a 7850, I think, HD 7850. I think that's, or 7950, one of the two.
Yeah, this is an old 512 card. So
That's
genuinely
fine.
might be an option there.
Yeah.
And if
nice.
not, I can always refund it, buddy, saying it doesn't run on my system.
That's true.
Yeah.
Nice.
Beauty of Steam.
So it's definitely coming out on Steam then?
It's PC and Xbox One, and it launches on the 29th of September, which is this week coming, buddy.
Oh yeah, because you're checking it on Steam. Of course it's coming. I was wondering if it's going to be like a Windows Store only kind of thing.
No, it looks like it's on Steam. Look, you can you can pre-order it on Steam already, so they've been sensible in that respect.
Good.
Moving on, the SNES Classic Mini console launches this week, buddy. So my one should arrive in the
looking forward
post.
to that?
I think I'm getting it a couple of days after the launch
Oh,
because they
okay.
sort of sold through the stock in order of when they received it and then assigned
kinda
it on
makes
a
sense.
daily
Yeah.
basis, which fair play to them. The price that you can get one of these on eBay for has tumbled with the announcement that
There's going to be more of them available.
they're making them all the way into next year, and they're going to be making more NESs as well. They're still going for £140. Bearing in
That's
mind
not bad.
that's double your money if you got it for RRP. So, I don't know. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. But every day that passes, I move further and further towards keeping it.
Yeah, I mean,
Might seem mental, but I just think once I get it, I'm going to really like it and want to keep it.
it's going to be one of those nice things. I think if anything, I'd have the SNES Classic because that was really when... I think we've spoken about this.
Oh, what, the NES, the first one?
No, the SNES. I'd have the SNES. I mean, I had the NES and played it a shit ton, but I feel like the SNES was when like games really kind of kicked in for me.
I mean, me and the missus
On a
are
big
going to
time.
sit here and play through Super Mario World together.
Yeah, man.
And it's almost worth. It's almost
Does
worth.
it come with two controllers?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. That's all right.
Man.
Nice.
So yeah, that's out this week. And finally out this week, FIFA 18, buddy, on PC, PS4, Switch, and Xbox One.
Cool.
We're not buying that.
We're not buying that.
It's not a good enough game.
No, it's pants.
It just isn't that great.
Nah.
So yeah, that's out this week, buddy.
And that's out this week.
Sure is. And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Backward corner with funk. Backward corner with funk. He's got some questions. Funk.
Has he got any questions, buddy?
We got a little bit of a cheeky one from the Funk, and this kind of is a conversation that I had with Funk and with PJ chipping in as well, regarding Pez. Funk says this. Yeah, just all that shit we were discussing about Pez, really, how they seem to get close but never really nail the modes. I feel like we're starting to see issues around devs wanting to monetize shit, and that's affecting the actual game. Preaching to the fucking choir here, buddy. 100%. Yeah, well, we were talking about the 3v3, saying how disappointing it was that it was only 3. Disappointing that they still don't have a mode to rival pro clubs, and that whole system where you can create a club and have a league system where you can play with your friends and proper matchmaking. At the moment, PES has the options to do 2v2 and 3v3 matchmaking, or to create a room with a maximum available of 11v11 and then just sit in there waiting for people to arrive. The fact that it doesn't have a proper matchmaking system at this point is utterly fucking ridiculous. Only understandable because Konami make this, and their lead, the people in charge of their Twitter feed don't even know what their game does. So, you know, all bets are off at this point. But I totally get what he's saying. And this kind of developed into the main sort of brunt of the argument was, is it worth buying? And obviously PJ is someone who doesn't get the opportunity to get on very much. He's not going to sit there and play through Master League mode. He's probably only going to play it on a game night with us. And as such, it's just not worth him picking it up for full price. PJ chipped in with this. Was about to say the same thing about PES, making a game with only minor changes and without the changes people really want. Some people, and he points to me here, will get their money's worth, but they're really expecting people to buy it through blind loyalty. Seems ridiculous to me. So yeah, PJ's not very impressed by how small an upgrade this is for a full price product. And I can totally see where he's coming from. I think if he was to sit down and play, just play like 10 matches of it, I think he'd see the differences in the gameplay. But I think even if you think they've made real strides forward with the gameplay, there should still be more. There should still be more for a full whack fee. There should
every year.
Yeah,
you know,
like
that's crazy.
There's one extra mode which is essentially a limited version of the matchmaking the game should have had for the last 10 years.
Yeah,
and nothing else. So that's not great, is it? And as he says, I'll get my money's worth. And I think with the co-op matchmaking, I think that you will as well.
I think I will. Like I said, I think we were spoken about it on game night or whenever it was, that I'll end up going through the Master League. I think this time I'll do minimum of one season at some point, just for funsies.
Yeah, see if you get into it.
But yeah, the majority will be the co-op seasons and game night, which I'm more than happy to play because, and you know, like we said, you're going to get countless hours out of this game. That's why we bought it straight off the bat.
It's a full-blown Gibbon, buddy, and I'm sure that the others will pick it up once it reduces in price, which it usually does before even Christmas arrives. So
exactly, around about that time. Yeah,
I'm sure they'll get a nice old deal at some point, and then jump on board with us. Until then, on game nights specifically, we'll play the old one because why not? It's a great game.
Yeah, we've still got it.
But I see what he's saying about sort of the blind loyalty thing not changing enough. I would agree, even as someone who's bought it and likes it, that there's not enough here this year. And they need to make wholesale changes. I mean, just making a decent menu system and changing nothing else would be a massive improvement. But the menus are atrocious in PES. They always have been. I don't know why they can't just hire someone to make a fucking menu system. I don't understand. They can't think that this is good. Like, I can't imagine them thinking that this is good.
I don't know.
It makes no sense.
Crazy.
They are crazy.
They're literally insane.
And a word on the commentary, by the way, which has come on leaps and bounds in FIFA, it's always been decent on FIFA in the sort of last 10 years or so. This year, it's excellent. Like, really, Martin Tyler and Alan Smith have got a great partnership together, and with all of the sort of Sky Sports bits and bobs in there as well, it really does feel authentic, and I would never turn the commentary off on FIFA. it's the first thing I do on PES before even playing a match because it's so bad. It's just
It is terrible.
It's so terrible. It's like PS1 terrible.
I just hear it as white noise now. Like it's just something that's there. I like having it on because it's like just something. I don't know. I find it odd playing in it without having commentary on.
You get used to it very, very quickly.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, to be honest.
I often have podcasts on when I'm playing PES as well, so it's kind of exactly how you want it, but you can still have that sort of crowd noise and stuff. A word to Funk, by the way, who I don't know if he still does this, but I think he does, who turns off all sound except the sound of the ball being knocked about, which and the whistle, obviously. Yeah. So he just has silent stadiums and just.
That's weird, man.
Well, he doesn't want to listen to their fucking bullshit.
Yeah, no.
Fair enough.
The atmosphere,
but yeah. So there we go.
That's well good. I'm gonna have to try that.
Gibbons.
Yeah, man. Ah, dear.
So finally from Funk, a couple of bits. And then we'll head into, I don't know, a bit of bonus content, I suppose, buddy.
Whatever, mate.
Yeah.
We'll make it up.
Finally, Funk says he's hit the power level for the Nightfall strike.
Ooh, yeah, we'll be doing that later.
I suppose we probably should do that later.
See how long it takes us, or if we can do it.
Gibbons. And also, Funk says he cannot wait for Project Cars 2.
It's going to be good on Friday, buddy.
Preach!
Friday that's just happened because this comes out on a Sunday, you know?
Yeah. I'm so excited for that game.
Future, not future.
Yeah, future, not future ourselves, I'm sure have had a lovely time with Project Cars.
Gibbons.
And I'm sure we'll be talking
about it next
week.
Gibbons. Yeah.
So thanks very much, Funk. And now it's time for the JfG quiz.
Did I used to say something after that? I can't remember the jingle either.
JfG quiz.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a great jingle. Fantastic jingle. Yeah. So I'm guessing everyone fucking loved that just then.
Gibbons.
I would have if I listened to it.
Mate, yep.
So, yeah. There's no JfG Street Beat this week, buddy.
No, we're clear of the street beat. It's gone a bit quiet. I think everyone's on their hollybobs, buddy.
Yeah, maybe. Or like they've just given us listening to us because we're a couple of retards.
I didn't really want to say that, buddy, but I agree with you. It's entirely plausible. I just would have preferred to talk about that privately. But yeah, absolutely, buddy. Could have happened.
Maybe.
I think the real reason is that I've been neglecting my horse duty in the old community.
That's more than likely what it is. Hopefully it wasn't the fact that I'm just going to talk about Destiny 2 from now on.
I'm sure that hasn't put off anyone.
No, I'm sure it hasn't. So yeah, I'm just going to pike this quiz from gamesradar.com. I saw it earlier this week, and it's how well do you remember the Xbox 360, buddy? It's multiple choice, 20 questions.
And you say you've done this and you...
I did this and got 9.
Okay.
I didn't do great. 9 out of 20, it was a bad show. So we'll see how well you do, buddy.
I'm ready for the challenge.
JfG quiz. So I'm going to start the quiz because I've got
sponsored by Games Radar.
Got sponsored by Games Radar. They're a website about games and radars.
And radars, yeah.
Specifically
dishes,
radars.
satellite.
Yeah,
kind of half and half. You load it up. There's
sonar,
games on the left and radar on the right, and you just pick your topic, buddies.
Yeah, that's the one. So question 1, buddy. How well do you remember the 360?
Very well. Yes.
Okay, cool. When was the Xbox 360 officially unveiled?
You say this was multiple choice?
Yep, it's 2004, 2005, or 2006. 4, 5, or 6, buddy. Doop,
4.
Going for 4. It's 2005.
Shit.
Unlucky. Down 1. Question number 2. Which celebrity and which band helped reveal the 360 in an MTV special? Was it Orlando Bloom and Green Day? Was it, I don't know this, Rupert Grint and Pharrell Williams? Or was it Elijah Wood and the Killers?
It was the first one.
Orlando Bloom and Green Day?
Yeah.
You sure?
No.
No, okay. It was Elijah Wood and the Killers, buddy.
Oh, fuck.
How powerful was the 360 chip? Was it 3.2 gigahertz, 4.2 gigahertz, or 5.4 gigahertz?
3.2.
Gone 3.2. He's fucking nailed it. Good, son. He's off the mark
5
now.
point fuck off.
Luckily, I haven't got to remember how many points you've got because it will tell me at the end.
Oh, okay.
Good
I'll
news
stop
for me.
keeping score myself then.
Yeah, don't worry. Just focus, buddy.
All right.
Focus.
All right.
now.
I'm on it.
Okay. How many games did the 360 launch with in the US? Was it 12, 14, or 16?
I mean, this is just a complete shot in the dark.
Take a guess.
Perfect Dark could be one of them.
12, 14, or 16?
$12.
Gone 12. It was 14.
Shit.
I don't know what they are because it doesn't tell me. Okay. Okay. How many Xbox Live Arcade titles were released in the 360's lifetime?
How did you get 9 on this? Fuck me.
405, 719, or 932?
Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah, how many
So
arcade
not
games?
indies and that.
No.
Say
arcade
the numbers
games.
again.
504, 719, or 932?
504.
Let's go 504. Clicking on it. 719.
Fucking, this is one of those
Obviously.
cunty quizzes where it's always the middle one.
Yeah.
I'm going conservative and I'm getting fucked.
How many... this is a good one, actually. How many achievement points did every Xbox Live arcade game have? 150, 200, or 300?
I think it was 2.
It's gone 200. He's absolutely fucking
middle
right.
one
Of course
again.
it was, buddy. Middle one again.
Yeah, just all B from now on, buddy. Just go.
Okay,
no.
all Bs. Bs it is.
Keep asking me, but yeah.
Okay. A 2009 report calculated the 360's infamous Red Ring of Death failure rate at, was it A, 18%, 23.7%, or 32%?
32%.
Gone 32%. Should have gone for B.
The middle one.
It's
They
the
don't
middle
know.
one.
They don't know how to make a quiz.
They don't know how to make
Fucking
a quiz.
Too busy with their radars.
Yeah, radars, mate. That was it. Okay, so yeah, it was 23.7. I think the last one was. Question number 8. What was not an original code name for the 360? Nextbox, Direct Xbox, or Xbox Next? So what was not an original code name for the 360? Nextbox, Direct Xbox, or Xbox Next?
Next box.
Next. It's gone Nextbox.
Fucking middle one, is it?
It's the middle.
Yeah, it's the middle one. Yeah.
Direct Xbox was not a code name, buddy. Okay. Everyone's favourite peripheral, the Kinect. So when was the Kinect introduced to the 360?
It's the middle one.
He's gone middle one. 2008, 2009, or 2010? You going 2009? 2010.
Fucking
is C.
cunts.
Okay, question number 10. When did the 360 first allow you to buy and download films? Was it 2005, 2006, or 2007?
7.
7.
6, yeah. Okay.
It was 6.
Fine.
It was B.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 11. What was the first Battlefield game to be released on 360? Was it Battlefield Bad Company, Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, or Battlefield 3?
I believe it was Bad Company.
It's gone for Bad Company. It was B. Battlefield 2 Modern Combat.
Okay.
It was B. Question number 12. For how many consecutive months was the 360 the best-selling console in the US? Was it 12 months, 18 months, or 32 months?
We go big.
He's gone big. 12. Correct, buddy. 32 was the answer. Nice. Nailed it. Now this was actually in one of my quizzes once before, actually. So what was the best-selling 360 game of all time? Was it Kinect Adventures, Grand Theft Auto 5, or Halo 3?
It was Kinect, wasn't it? Because it was bundled.
Yeah, buddy.
That's right.
Of course it was.
Okay, I got it.
How many copies did the 360's best-selling game actually sell? So how many Kinects were bought, pretty much? 24 million, 34 million, or 54 million?
24.
Done 24.
Probably B, though.
Nailed it. 24 it was, mate. This is a good one. Question number 15. What size, optional, hard drive did the 360 launch with? Was it 20 gig? Was it 60 gig? Or was it 120 gig?
20.
It's gone 20. Nailed it.
Oosh.
That's it done. Oh, okay. Question number 16. This is an odd one. When a test copy of Halo 3 codename Epsilon leaked, 360 owners caught playing it had their live accounts banned to the year what? 3000, 9999, or forever?
I don't know the answer, but logically speaking, I bet they didn't put enough zeros in, so I'll go for the 9999.
Nailed it. B all the way, buddy. Question 17. How many Assassin's Creed games released on the 360? Was it 5, 6, or 7? And can you name them all? There was 1, 2, 3, Brotherhood, Black Flag.
It's got to be the highest one.
Gone 7. He has. I reckon I could get this. Fucking the last one or whatever it was, and the other one. 7. There you go. Now
nice.
Yeah. Which is not a 360 game, buddy? Body Count, Morph X, or Destroy All Humans 2? That's not a 360 game. Body Count, Morph X, or Destroy All Humans 2?
Morph X.
Morph X. That one caught me out as well. It was actually Destroy All Humans 2. There you go.
Shit.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Question 19. Which 360 game famously gave you a full 1,000 achievement points within minutes? Was it The Voice, I Want You? Was it Avatar, The Last Airbender, The Burning Earth? Or was it C, Cars Race-O-Rama? I didn't know this one.
Cars.
Gone Cars. I went that as well. It is actually Avatar, The Last Airbender, The Burning Earth. Never played it, mate. No idea. Okay. Final question, number 20. Hope everyone's enjoyed this. Bring back of the quiz, you know. I mean, if you want more quizzes, let us know. Then we can fill up Street Beat again, you know. That'd be nice.
No, like it, yep.
Final question. How many distinct retail configurations of the 360 were released in its lifetime? Was it 7, 8, or 9? The blue one, a black one, a white one. There was a blue one, but that's not distinct, is it? So, like, you know, like the Type C and stuff like that, whatever it was called.
I'm going to go for 8, because it's the middle one.
Gone for 8. He's fucked it. It was 9. Well, buddy, out of a massive 20, you got 8.
Okay, so lagging behind you a little bit.
But those questions were tough.
They were tough. They were really
They were
tough.
stupid. They were ones to fuck you over and make you feel bad about yourself. Cunts.
Not the best.
Too busy with their radars, buddy.
But it's still a cheeky, enjoyable quiz there, buddy. And
Oh, Gibbons, but I feel like we might bring it back. Maybe not like we used to, like every week.
no, but
Every now and again, chuck a quiz
I'd still
in.
like
It's
to
fun.
do like a full-blown quiz episode at some point.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's going to take that'd take some prep. I don't know. Would that be annoying? Tell us your thoughts, buddies. Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh my God. I found out what that game was.
What
Now, this
game?
This is a test your longevity as a listener to the podcast.
You put out a question a while ago.
Ages and ages ago,
Yeah.
I asked a question, and that question was...
Is this JfG Street Beat? Have we got to do it
Oh,
now,
yeah, okay,
'cause you're
no,
asking
we'll go
a
in there.
question?
Okay, and now it's time for JfG Street Beat.
You got a question we wanna know. Beat. Facebook, Twitter, we're on them all. So hit us up and be on the show. Beat. The JFG Street Beat.
Street Beat.
We want to know.
Get on the show.
Get on the show.
Who's on the show this week,
I'm on
buddy?
the cunting show, mate.
You're
it's
on
me.
the fucking show. Yeah, you're on the cunting
Ages
show.
ago, I asked a question about a video game. I wanted people to tell me what the game was.
Yeah.
Only one person even tried, and that was JJ, and he didn't get it.
Nailed it.
But fair play
No,
to
he
him for
fucked
giving
it.
it a go. I believe,
Yeah.
paraphrasing my weird description of the game was, it's like a
rained?
a grid-based, like isometric game of some description.
Yeah.
It was like a puzzle game. I wasn't sure what console it was on, but I thought it
Yeah.
was maybe it was either PC or Dreamcast because that was the sort of era.
That's what you did.
Is this ringing bells? You remember me? You remember me talking about this, buddy?
It
It was
I definitely
raining, and you
remember
made
you
like puddles, and
I think I said, is it Ant Sim? or
yeah,
something
and
stupid like that.
JJ went for Populous, which I could kind of
he
understand
did.
with the islands and the
Yep.
water and the godlike bullshit. Anyway,
Black and white.
Anyway, I was in CEX at the weekend. I walked
shit.
past the cabinet of retro games, and there it fucking
did.
was. Right there.
What was it, Tetris?
Sega Dreamcast game, Wet Tricks.
Wet Tricks.
Also came out on the N64, apparently. But
Okay.
a Dreamcast game called Wet Tricks, buddy, and I think you need to YouTube that shit right now.
Does it matter if I watch an N64
Watch
version?
the Dreamcast version.
Okay.
Wet Tricks Dreamcast gameplay. Do it. Bacardi and Cola.
Bacardi and Cola. HD gameplay. Fucking look at this. What's the goal?
The goal is to block off all the water.
I mean, what a game.
You're not sure?
I don't know what
Basically
I'm doing here.
Tetris, isometric Tetris, and each time you put a block down, it forms like a mountain range. And as you play through the game, a water bar fills up at the side, and you need to create like valleys for all the water to go in, and you lose if the water seeps over the edge. That's basically the game.
Okay, that's kind of making a bit more sense now. I can see it from the shadows underneath. Fill up the holes. Stop the water going away.
Yep.
Cool.
Anyway,
Wow.
obviously,
Well done, buddy.
I was far
You
more
found out
excited.
the answer. Yeah.
than anyone else is probably about that. But at the same time, I'm delighted that I found out what it was. I'm not even saying it was a good game, but man, it has been driving me mad for several years. It was quite the moment in CEX. People thought I was having some sort of aneurysm.
Well played, buddy. I'm
Gibbons.
sure you looked special.
Yeah. Sweet. So I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 129. And I don't know about you, buddy, but it's fucking flown by this evening.
It's been a lovely podcast. I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Every minute. You sound sarcastic, but I know that you aren't. You're having a lovely time. What should we play now, buddy?
Whatever you want. I mean, Destiny, isn't it, really?
Destiny, Nightfall Strike with the funk.
I got to choose which character to do this with now, though. I don't know.
He's apprehensive.
I'm at an impasse.
It's going to go tits, mate. It's going to go tits.
I think I'm going to have to go with me 240 Warlock.
It's going to be bad.
Try and get him up.
We're going to be shit.
I think we'll be fine, mate. No bov.
I've heard that you need to kill shit to get time, otherwise you lose. So it's like a arcade game.
It's a countdown, yeah. And
also that you need to switch out your different powered weapons.
Yeah.
Or you just won't win. Neither of which I'm especially well equipped to do. But
we'll see what happens.
We will.
Yeah.
Well, let's go and see the funk then, buddy.
Gibbons.
And thank you all so much for listening. You can find us at www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk. We are at Twitter, at the JFG Podcast. Our Facebook is facebook.com/the JFG Podcast, buddies. We're on a collection of different YouTube style streaming sites like YouTube, like twitch.tv and beam.pro, aka mixer.fucking.com. Been giving us some jip recently. Not the best there. But yeah, we stream every week. We're doing it now. You can catch that right there, buddies. Just search the JFG Podcast. We're on the old SoundCloud there as well. If you fancy listening to an episode from 15 weeks ago, will never be updated again. Come and join our PS4 community, buddies. You can find us by searching for the JFG Podcast on your PlayStation 4, be it the console itself or the app running on your phone or tablet or whatever you fucking, I don't know what you do with yourself, fill your boots. And we're also on Google Plus as well, if that's how you choose to live your life. We'll be back next week, buddies. Thanks so much once again. Until then, I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
Farewell. You've been listening to the JFG Podcast with Ash and me, Alex. To find out more, head to www.justforgamers.co.uk, Facebook.com/the JFG Podcast, or Twitter, where we are at the JFG Podcast. Episodes go live every Sunday, and if you could pop onto iTunes and write us a quick review, we would love every inch of you, even if you got old and fat. Thanks so much for listening, and we will catch you next time.